What do you most want to be when you grow up?
Probably, well, a baseball player. An inventor.
Do you believe in God?
Mm-hmm. Teach me to walk in the light. I'd like to invent some remote control rollerblades.
What do you think he looks like?
Well, I've seen pictures. Brown hair with a red robe.
Out of 100 people your age, the 100th being the happiest, where would you fit in?
Maybe 85. 101.
What makes you angry?
When my brother calls me names. My little brothers.
Do you love your brother?
Sort of.
Do you have trouble with him sometimes?
Yes.
Do you think your brothers look up to you?
Not really.
You never want to be like your brother.
No.
How important is your religion to you?
It's probably half of my life.
What's the hardest thing about being a Mormon?
Not dating till you're 16.
What's the most difficult thing about your relationship with Sam?
He solves things by hurting me.
If you could say something to Sam directly, what would you say to him?
I think we have a pretty close family.
So ideally, how'd you like to relate to your older brother?
Better. I just want to see how our relationship would have changed in 10 years.
I'm not sad about anything. I really am not. We can turn the camera off.
So you don't think there's any hope for this relationship? So Sam, what are your chances going into the election? Explain the process.
Not great. I ran against a kid named Daniel Lynn, who's really funny, really great magnetic personality. He was the president of a lot of clubs. We were driving home from school that day, and we drive by the Old Country Buffet, and we see this guy in a bee costume just dancing in front of the Old Country Buffet, and I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna go in there and see if I can borrow that for you to dance in front of the school for my election. Looks like, Sam, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard.
And then his presidential campaign, we hit it off.
What did Luke do?
And he went and danced to Dancing Queen and some other songs, and a whole bunch of people gathered around. And Luke really helped. He was like key. I won 60-40, so.
Sam's told me what he went through his entire adolescence up till the middle of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it started in 7th grade, and it seemed like it got progressively worse, sort of.
Did you know that he cried himself to sleep every night?
No, I didn't. Never, would I guess.
You know, I started getting really, really sad.
Like, he trying to put on a false image that he was, just fine.
It came to a point, if I stayed where I was, where I'd be in 5 years, and where I'd be in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and it was scary. I knew that I had a Heavenly Father that I could pray to, that would help me, and He did. My turnaround had a lot to do with the gospel. You know, with my depression, I feel like that was probably, at the point in my life when I changed, that was my greatest weakness of anything. And to, in one day, change that to my greatest strength and keep that my greatest strength for 2 years now, it gives me a lot of confidence. And if I can change my greatest weakness in a day, what else can I do? And I think since then, it's been since then that me and Luke haven't fought for like over a year.
I just started talking to my brother, and people are nicer than you think they are.
Do you think the turnaround with Luke has to do with the turnaround with you?
Yeah.
Do you talk to him about everything, basically?
Yeah, and girls, and everything. It's like some people have a journal. I have an older brother.
But it wasn't always that way.
No.
I kind of look up to him. He's kind of like my role model, because I'm like, in some situations, I'd be like, What would Sam say right now? I'd say without a doubt. He's my best friend.
Me and Luke are best friends.